with a smile. Why do I say that every time? Because smile is better than a frown. Laughter is better than sadness. Peace, health, wealth, and gratitude is better than anything else. All right, what's the truth, man? The truth of life is sooner or later, if you say stuff about people, you're going to get caught sooner or later. One of my videos, I gave out my emotions on something, and I'm probably going to do it more because I don't really have anybody to talk to. Ain't like I got a counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist. So I kind of vent. Yeah, I'm still kind of picky what I say on here. You don't want to just say any and everything, and I ain't trying to hurt anybody. But man, stuff is happening. Well, I have to change and the world's changing because you change yourself that your actual world changes. But the truth about this life is sooner or later, when you change enough, you are going to tick the people who are using you, manipulating you, or don't really care about you. You're going to tick them off sooner or later. Now, if you're not careful and you're too brash, you may tick off the people who care about you. So you got to be careful. You got to balance it out. But, sooner or later, things are going to change if you're changing. So what's changing? There's so much changing. Everybody knows about what happened to Trump yesterday. And I even posted a video because one of my friends was talking about everybody's using 50 Cent's song. Now I forget the name of the song now. Everybody's using that song. And putting 50 Cent's body on Trump's head. That's funny as hell. And people was asking me, what do you think about the man? I don't care. They only give you two people to choose from. I ain't voted since Ross Perot. Literally. Wait, I take that back. I think the election after Ross Perot, that was the first time I voted for myself. I think. Did I? I don't know. I think one of them elections, when I was in Atlanta, one of them elections, I actually went in the ballot box and I actually wrote my name in. So, is what it is. Other than that, I don't care about none of this stuff. It's games. But what I do care about is life. We got a friend who disappeared earlier this year. He was going through so much. He lost his job. Family, didn't have any connection with family, didn't have wife, kids. And for the last really 10 years, he's been going down mentally and spiritually. And we just didn't know how bad it was until late last year, early this year, how this guy just sat up in the house and wasted away. Lost 60, 70 pounds, foot rotted off, had to get partially amputated. It's just a shocker because this guy's always been strong. We always thought he was strong-willed and mindful and focused, but apparently, no. Apparently, he was going through things that he was hiding from other people, And unfortunately, right now, the person who's caring for him, has to work and, he can't just fully, take care of him all day, every day. He stays at the house and apparently got up and walked off. And he had some really weird conversations with me prior to that. But the last couple weeks, 3-4 weeks, I have been focusing on what I needed to focus on. And it's sad. And I pray for him. Last night I had a weird dream about him and made a prayer. And prayer is just thoughts, giving positive energy. Being positive. You can pray to any being you want. Every being you pray to is, if they're real, is you in a sense. But that being said, just that, family issues in my family, just different things just going on, just different chaos around. But you have to move through it. You have to keep pushing through it. You got to be focused through it. You can't let it, disturb you. You can't let it really bother you. You've got your own journey you're on. You can't let anything with this election, what's going on. You can't let that bother you. You got to focus. You got to keep your business going. You got to keep your health going, your life going. And that's still my goals. As I'm changing, I have to change. So the truth about life is you got to keep it going, because I promise you this, and you've seen this, every person who's died. When you're gone, we don't jump in the grave with you. Who have you ever seen jumped in the grave with their loved ones? And I'm going with you, because Ralph Smart says this all the time. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but ain't nobody willing to die. And death is inevitable, because you're in a third dimensional body that has an expiration date to it. So you're going to transition back to your truer self. You know, I had a friend talked about this earlier. You know, they're hoping there's a afterlife. You know, there's no afterlife. It's life. You know, that's your life. So, you know, that's your life. That's who you really are. And man, you know, we have spent eons here, eons. You know, how much time have you spent here going through the same thing over and over and over and over again? You know, the same thought process, the same craziness. It just, at some point, we got to break the habit. We got to break the cycles. We got to break it. And that's what I'm focused on. I focus on breaking my habits, breaking these cycles. I've started 2 new careers, and I'm molding and focusing that. I finally got a wife who, man, I don't have those issues with. I mean, I've been married over 2 years. People, videos online. I got married 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, or 2 years and 2 months. I think at the end of this month, it'll be 2 years and 2 months, you know. So I'm still dealing with, you know, getting my wife over here for good, because we've been married. And then what's for good, you know, until I could retire and move over there. But in the meantime, it's a lot of stuff I got to accomplish, a lot of stuff I got to do. So you can't stop focusing on what your life is and what you've got to do. Man, people are always going to be wanting something, because people want stuff when they don't focus on what they should be doing. They're always going to ask you for money. They're always going to beg for stuff. People are always going to look at your pocketbook and pocket watch. You know, what did Tommy Lee love to say? Tommy Lee loved to say is, they do what they want to do with their money. They do what they got to do with your money. And like I said, hey now, have a good one. I'm always friendly to almost everybody. You know, what basically I said is, man, I got this little note letter that I got now. Just, hey, I can't take care of your bills and your problems and focus on my obligations. My only obligation is my wife now. I don't have any kids that are my obligations. I don't have any family that's my obligation. My obligation is my wife, you know, and what I do there. That's a choice I made. It's just like if you have children, you made that choice. You brought them, you wanted them. Now, that may be a spiritual agreement outside of this plane of existence, but you are obligated there. You know, so my obligation is my wife, and my responsibility is there. So what I've got to do economically, that's my obligation, and that's it. I don't have any more obligation. Now, a lot of people would nickel and dime you with $10, $20, $30, $40, but them days of me giving you anything over like 20, I'm probably just going to say no. Simple as that. Don't care. I'm not a multimillionaire. And if I become a multimillionaire, I'm going to do what all the other multimillionaires, separate myself, get myself away from people. Like one of my friends today, I told him I won $10 million. And first thing that comes out of their mouth, he's probably joking, but he's like, hey man, I don't understand why you didn't give me like 500,000, because that's what everybody truly wants. Even me. People want you to give them stuff for free. You know, I want to meet famous, successful people, and they just fall in love with me and just give me the world. Right. Money is energy, people. That dollar that you have in your pocket, that's energy. It's time spent making it, working, whatever. You're churning, you're moving energy. You know, Scrooge McDuck told the little 3 kids, you know, his nephews, they were saying, but Uncle Scrooge, you keep all this money in this vault. And he goes, no, he says, no, that's pocket change. Money is I have to revolve this money. The money is a currency. It has to travel around the world. It has to keep moving. It has to accumulate more money, more uses. And that's energy. That's what they're playing. That's money. They're playing money, energy. Energy keeps moving, manifesting, growing, building stuff, keeps moving. If you go to these so-called third world undeveloped countries, they're moving. They're the future. They're changing. Africa might be the center of the world in 20 years, and people don't really realize that. It is so much space and so much resources there. But the people who realize it, because millionaires don't study astrology. Real smart, but billionaires do, because they see the bigger picture. They have the resources, they have the money to travel it around the planet and to keep these opportunities going. And the people who see that, they know the truth about life. So on that said, on my little micro level, I've got things I've got to accomplish. I do it on camera. I do everything, a lot of stuff on camera. I vent my feelings to a degree on camera. I vent my thoughts on camera. So that's what I'm deciding to do. This is my journey. I wanted to do a video of Dr. Sebi's jail, but the elderberry jail, I'm gonna have to get in touch with them tomorrow, because I think they forgot to ship it to me. Or I hope they didn't ship it and someone's already taken it. That's like with Amazon, I like putting it in an Amazon box, but look, I'm not worried about it. I tasted it while I was there. It's just, man, basically all I'm gonna do is make smoothies out of it. But that being said, this has been a 12-minute video. Another thought process of what's going on in my mind. I got to get to the point where I want to do these little interview things on my channel. I got to build my studio once again. But there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of things going on. Don't let people distract you. Don't let this world distract you, people. Don't let what's going on be an easy distraction. Look, just keep watching the illusion unfold. Just realize even the most evil people on the planet, in a sense, is still you. In another body. When I saw Billy Carson, they were talking about that we are millions or trillions of atoms watching other trillions of atoms do their thing. As much as we observe other people, they're still a part of us. Now, do I believe in reprimand? Yeah, you have to discipline yourself. But getting all evil and malevolent with it, nah, like I say, man, people have their opinions, and people gonna think radical. Don't be those people. And I'm literally talking to myself. Keep a balance between the good and evil, negative and positive. Just keep the balance and keep in harmony and keep moving. And don't get caught up in this craziness. Don't get madness. My friend, my mentor, he seemed like he got caught up in it. He locked himself into it, and the madness took hold. So I'm hoping he's just out in the wilderness getting his mind right. His health is still there and he's not passed on. But if he is, hey, we will mourn and we'll keep going, because like you say, people, the truth of life is ain't nobody else jumping in the grave with you. Everybody's gonna keep living, because the body wants to keep living. The body is a vessel that wants to keep going. It has to keep your energy being in it. It has to keep tethered to move, or it won't move at all. It's inanimate. I know we got all these zombie movies and stuff, but something has to make the body move, or the body ain't gonna do anything. And the body will fight. That's why people can survive cancer, can survive falls, can survive electricity. Yeah, we could point out a million other cases of people dying of stuff, but no, the body wants to live. It is this third dimension. You are a spirit or energy, and you are beyond this. And when you leave here, you'll move on to something else. But the body is going to fight for you, and you fight for it. And that goes to me especially. So that being said, get you that smile. I wish everyone peace, health, wealth. Keep building yourself. You're going to see more and more how people are going to do stuff and act and change, and just focus on you. You're not responsible for anybody you don't choose to be responsible for. And keep it moving. Wish you peace, health, wealth. Gratitude always. I leave you with a smile.